Welcome to Grace Conversations, and we are so blessed to have a very special guest this morning, having some conversations as friends and mutual friends. We've been friends for so long, Diana. We forget when we met.
I know, I can't remember when we met, but I know that we've been friends forever.
And we've had many conversations in person and over the phone, and now we're just having our conversations on radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Diana, I mean, you are the gratitude queen of Salt Lake City. That's kind of your trademark.
Oh.
True. So, what like brought you into the gratitude theme?
Well, I think when I was, years ago, I was going through depression, believe it or not. Most people that know me now don't know that I went through 20 plus years of really serious dark time. And the only thing that pulled me out was my own will to choose a different thought, to choose happy thoughts, to choose to be positive and cheerful and things like that. And I feel like it was really Grace that pulled me out of that abyss after all the workshops and things like that I tried, and finally I just felt like I was, by the grace of God, I was pulled out of that, and so that just left me with so much gratitude. And it was like, I went through a divorce and things like that, and kind of, going all along my life. And one day I was actually paying a bill at the water department. I'd forgotten to pay it. And I went in to pay it, and then I came out, and a gust of wind hit me. It was a windy day, and it was like a spontaneous epiphany. And I was just almost knocked over with this feeling of love and gratitude. It just was so strong, and I just started to cry, and I thought, I don't know how I can even drive home, because this is just overwhelming me with these feelings of gratitude. And so there was a big fountain in the parking lot, and I went and sat by that fountain and just let this feeling of love and gratitude just flow through me. And I just wept and I wept, and everything from my life that had ever happened that I thought was bad, I could see the good in every situation. I could feel the love and the gratitude, and the biggest feeling I got was, this is who you are. You are love and gratitude. And all you have to do is be this, and everything else is going to be okay. And it was just such a strong experience that it was almost like in that moment I had a shift in my identity. And it was like I identified so strongly with love and gratitude that anytime anybody would ever say thank you or gratitude, I turned my head like they were calling my name. And it just really shifted me in a way that I can't explain. And so gratitude just became my thing. It's like, yes, I'm grateful for everything, no matter what. It's non-negotiable.
Oh, wow, that's so powerful, Diana, because this is Diana Fawn. I didn't even introduce you properly. I introduced you as my Diana Fawn. This is our, Diana, that's so profound, because what it's saying to me, what you're explaining to me, is you really had a awakening, because I see awakening as a shift in identity from, just being this little person. And, if we really identify with ourselves as this little tiny person separate from everything in the universe and everybody in the universe, then, who wouldn't be depressed? Who wouldn't be absolutely, utterly frightened, unless they really, really had this integrated space that everyone and everything in the universe is safe and nothing opposes me. And I think that's hard to actually experience when you really believe you are a person, everything is separate from you. But what you had is your identity shifted from a person separate from everyone and everything to love and gratitude. You are the space, the essence of love and gratitude, which is everywhere. And that was the shift in identity. You became love and gratitude, which is like Christ says, sprinkled upon the earth, but
Right.
people don't see it. So you realized you were in everything and everywhere.
And it was like a seed growing within where I began to develop that faith. And that's why I love your book so much. And that one chapter on everything is divinely orchestrated, because from that time forward, there's always, of course, life is still a roller coaster sometimes, and it's an ever-expanding learning experience, but I began to have that faith that everything is divinely orchestrated, that even if it looks bad, even if it feels bad, there is good, and it's ever-expanding good. And especially when it feels like it's not, that's when I need to be grounded in gratitude. And it's not even like a need to be, it's like I just am.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had several experiences since then where it's like, even now, and the voice, especially now,
Mm-hmm.
and so like I said, it's like I still feel everything profoundly. It's not like I don't experience highs and lows, because I do, but the difference is that I don't lose my faith anymore. I know that even if it feels really, really uncomfortable, that my source, my God, my strength is in that identity that's bigger than just my ego, my own personal self, and I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah.
Because life throws a lot of stuff at us all the time.
It does. It throws a lot of stuff at us, and I think that what I'm witnessing in my life and in a lot of other people's lives is that we're surrounded by a lot of awakened individuals right now that are profoundly awakened, and we're all awakening is a process. But if you even look at Jesus, you look at some of the great masters, Buddha, I don't know all of them, I haven't studied enough. However, they had their ups and downs, they had their humanity, they had their depressions, they had their anger, they had the times where, but they also, they grew in faith, and their faith was strong. And their trust was strong, and they had those experiences like what you had.
Yeah.
What you had was a profound experience. It shifted.
Yeah, and I think having faith and even trusting when you're feeling angry, like, wow, I'm gonna be angry now. Yes, just let her, not projecting that onto somebody else, but just experiencing it in your body and saying, let it. Don't fight it anymore. Don't try to resist what you're feeling. Just know that this is it's an energy, it's a pure energy that's you're allowing to be transformed through. We're like a transformer. We're like the bridge between heaven and earth, and it's like everything that comes through this experience is here to be blessed by me.
Yes.
and by staying connected to source, heaven and earth, everything that comes through can be transformed.
Yeah. And it's just so beautiful, Diana, because what you say is just so aligned with the mature awakening that's happening through individuals on this planet. I think, like for me, growing up as an early age, I was always very connected to spirit, and not in a religious way, but it started very young. I want to be enlightened. And to me, that was like, someday I'm going to reach this state where everything is just perfect. And I'm always happy, and everything's just, everybody's laughing. and there was also this, and when I'm enlightened, I won't be angry, I'll have all the good, qualities.
Just bliss all the time.
Of constant bliss and love and all these saintly qualities. And that's fine, but it's a kind of an immature, young way to experience it, and I'm grateful for that self, and there's still a little part of me that sometimes wishes, I want to sit in bliss forever and ever and ever.
Right.
But as I mature, I realize that it's so much more powerful, and spirit, divine, can use me more powerfully, and you more powerfully, and all of us more powerfully, if we actually don't resist any of the states and emotions that may come through, because Spirit may want us to step up and be angry in a moment. That might be the highest divine action, is to just be firm or to be straight or to be powerful in that way. Whatever it is, that's how Spirit works. If we suppress and block out some of those emotions, we cannot be used by the divine as powerfully as if we could. And we, like you had just said, oh, an anger comes through. Oh, this is what's coming through me now. That's what's coming through this presence right now. That's what Spirit is immersing through me now,
Yeah.
and that's the divine as well.
And know that we're not alone. I know that you are really connected with nature and being in nature, and I think that is, for me, also very key, is that, if I'm feeling an overwhelming emotion, if I go stand by a tree, I know that I'm not alone, or even look at the sky, or look at the, feel the stars or the moon. We know that we're not alone, and that these energies of nature and the world and the earth and even our friends can be there to support us and bless us when we're going through our stuff.
Absolutely, and we do. I think as we walk the earth as awakening beings, and it's so powerful. It was just 2 weeks ago. It was about 2 weeks ago. It was a Sunday, and I just felt depressed. I mean, it just hit me. I didn't know where it came from, but it was pretty. I felt depressed, and I went on a long hike. And after the hike, and I was meditating and doing my gratitude work and just being raw too, just feeling not pushing any of it away, and but letting myself be supported by nature, because that's what I needed. I actually took a yoga class before that too, but I still felt depressed after the yoga class. So I was like, I'm hitting that's going is nature.
Nature's the only thing that helps.
It cleared me, and it's not as if this is a bad state and I need to push, I need to fix this. It was just a way to take care of myself. I just knew I needed to be in the woods.
Yeah, and when we're out of balance or feeling something that doesn't feel good, we know that that's not our natural state.
Mm-hmm.
And so to come to something that grounds us into that knowing again.
Yeah.
Even if it takes a minute.
Yeah, and knowing that it's like, to just know that we don't know. We don't know. It's coming up. This is what's coming up for me. For me, there's so much tantric work going on inside of us as well, where the subconscious is digging up. I mean,
right.
All the planets are in retrograde, and there's no way
there's no way to know where it's coming from.
And so if there's anything down in our subconscious, the universe is supporting us by stirring that up and releasing it for us. In the process of that releasing process, it's going to come up through us. We're going to feel it fully. We're going to embrace it. We're not going to push it away. We're going to allow it to move through us and be released and transformed.
Yes, I use that. It's the same type of thing. I use that all the time. It's like this pure energy of whatever it is not, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if it's mine. I just know that it's moving through me. It's just pure energy. I'm willing to experience it and bless it with my love and gratitude. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Bless you. And it's good. It's all good.
And you said something, Diana, that I think would be helpful for anybody that is listening right now, is that to recognize it isn't you. I mean, we are not depression, we're not fear, we're not anger, we're not happiness. I mean, we are the essence of an infinite divine presence. And yes, that infinite divine presence, when we're really tuned into the absolute purity of it, it feels like that redemptive love that you have, the gratitude, the love, it has a rapturous feeling. It really truly does. But it doesn't mean that as a human expression walking the earth, being conditioned for how many years, that things might come up that feel different than that. But none of that is us.
Right. I get fear coming up a lot. It's like, why do I still have so much fear? I just breathe through it and it's going to be okay.
And
feel the fear and push through
yeah.
out of our comfort zone. It's just like a constant thing because we have our own little places where we feel comfortable, and yet we're asked to expand and keep on expanding that
Exactly.
and pushing through the fear, because the fear is just a wall that we're hitting up against. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily even logical.
Oh, and you wouldn't even want to try to logically figure out that fear. But and
I was afraid to come here and talk to you, and
then here
what's
you
scary about
are.
that?
You know, we're having so much fun.
I know. I had
And-
to push through the wall.
Exactly what you said. What I was going to say, and this is something that people would want to hear too, because I mean, as human beings, sure, we're not alone. That we experience fear from time to time. I mean, and I'm talking about people who are on a very powerful path, walking this path and doing a lot of work and awakening together. And I believe that, like exactly what you said, it's just a sign to me that you are progressing, that you are expanding beyond your comfort zone, and just moving
Yeah.
into higher dimensions constantly, because you're always going to hit up against a little fear when you're expanding.
And so I've been just working on the challenge of when somebody offers me an opportunity like this to say yes, and I get an opportunity to sing or to, and I can more comfortable singing than speaking, so when I get an opportunity to speak now, I'm just going to challenge myself to say yes. So
I'm glad you said yes,
I'm very glad too.
Diana.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here.
This has been fun.
And maybe
It
next
hasn't been
time.
scary at all.
No, and next time maybe you can sing a song
Yeah.
for us. That would be beautiful. We thank you for tuning in. This is Grace Conversations. We love you. May you have a beautiful and blessed day. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diana Fawn.
Thank you, Bonnie.